Hi. Okay. Now we are learning A levels, the past year exam papers. Over here, I have put here three questions of the A level past year exam papers. You should actually, if you are serious about taking A level POA, you should actually purchase all the past 10 years exam questions. I have put the link on where you can buy the past year exam papers. It's actually from the so-called SEAB approved publisher. So you can buy all the 10-year series and try to practice it in order to do well in the A levels. Okay, over here you see I have extracted three past year exam questions, three short questions of the paper 1 of A levels, and you can see all the three questions are very similar. So that's why I said if you can practice and perfect it of the let's say the 10-year series of the A levels, I would suggest at least you should practice from 2003 to 2013, and if you can perfect it, the past year exam questions, that means practice until you are very perfect on the past year exam question. At the very least, you would not fail. On the positive side, it is possible that you will get an A if you can perfect at least all the from 2003 to 2013. 2008, there are two sets. One is the old syllabus and the new syllabus. So from 2013 from 2003 to 2013, there are 12 sets. You should perfect it. Okay, you see, this is November 2003 paper 1 question 4, and then when you scroll down, you can see this is November 2006 paper 1 question 2. They are very similar. I've put the answer here so you can try it on your own. And then on the again in November 2008 of the 9755 syllabus, paper 1 question 4, this question came out very similar again. So you can see how the question will repeat itself, and here is the answer, so you can practice it. So for the first question, I will show you and explain to you this one, November 2003 paper 1 question 4. I will explain it to you on how to do this question. Okay, now look at the question and try to understand what the question is asking. On 31st March 2003, the warehouse of G. Pepper and Company was burglared. Okay, so that means thief go inside. Okay, on only 27,000 of stock value at cost was left by the thief. So that means you must really understand it, what the question wants. So the question here asks, required a calculation of the cost price of the stolen stock, and this question will give you 8 marks. Okay, there are many ways to answer a question, but this is my suggested solution. That means this is the way that I answer this question. Okay, so that means now what do you understand from this question? This question says on 31st March 2003, thief go inside this company and steal away the stock of the company, and only 27,000 of the stock was left. So that means now you got to, this is something like a quiz. Okay, something like a quiz. So that means how much of the stock was stolen by the thief. Okay, so that means you should, okay, so at 31st March 2003, okay, so now you lay out your answer first. So that means how much was the stock supposed to be? So expected stock value. So that means you just put here expected stock value first. You don't know this figure, so you put here $sign. Here you leave it blank first. You write here expected stock value. Okay, then actual stock value. Actual stock value is 27,000. Is given in the question. So then you draw 2 lines like this. Then you put your stolen stock at cost price. So at least you draw up the structure first. Okay, you do things step by step. So that means now, so you do here actual stock value 27,000 is given in the question. So you put here 27,000. So that means the expected stock value. That means what the stock value is, what the stock supposed to be, minus what is what is actually left there would be what is the stock stolen, okay, at cost price. So that means how much stock was supposed to be there on 31st March 2003. Okay, now listen carefully. How much stock was supposed to be there on 31st March 2003? Okay, at 31st December 2002, the stock was 153,000. Okay, then here, okay, accounting information for the period 1 January 2003 to 31st March 2003. Okay, from 1 January 2003 to 31st March 2003. Okay, this is what has happened. You have made cash sales of 35,000, and you have received from debtors 210,000. You have paid creditors 144,000. And on 31st March 2003, your debtors are people who owe us money. Okay, it's 77,000. Okay, my customer who owes me money is 77,000. Creditors are people whom we owe money to, is 65,000. Okay, the firm sells its goods at a markup of 25% on cost. Okay, so so that means at the beginning of this whole period, okay, so 31st December, my stock was 153,000. Okay, so my stock was 153,000. Add how much stock I purchased. How much stock I purchased means how much stock has come in. Okay, so then I don't know how much stock I have purchased, but from all this information here, I can so-called do something like a jigsaw puzzle to find out how much stock I have purchased. How much stock I have purchased. You see, on 31st December 2002, your stock was 153,000. So if you can find out how much stock you have bought, and how much stock you have sold, how much stock you have purchased, and how much stock you have sold, okay, if you can find out how much stock you have purchased, okay, so I'm trying to find out how much stock I have purchased, minus how much stock you have sold, how much stock at the cost price of the stock you have sold, then you will be able to find out what is your stock value at 31st March 2003. Okay, so that means if you can find out how much stock you have purchased from 1st January 2003 to the 31st March 2003, okay, then you put here. So this is my stock at 31st December 2012. Actually, it's 31st December 2012. It will be the so-called the same as 1st January 2003, because the ending stock at 31st December 2012 will be equal to what your stock is at the morning of 1st January 2003. Okay, so that means the stock at the night of 31st December 2012 will be equal to your stock at the morning of 1st January 2003. So this is my stock at 31st December 2012. Add my purchase from 1 January 2003 to 31st March 2003. So how much is my purchase? Okay, so from the information here, they did not give me how much is my purchase, so I need to find out. So I have, from this period, the payment to creditors is 144. Okay, so my purchase will be how much I paid. Add, what is this? Creditors. This one means at 31st March. This is how much I have bought but not paid yet. Okay, creditors, don't you think so? Okay, at 31st March 2003, creditors, that means suppliers whom I owe money to, is 65,000. So this 65,000 is the money that I owe to my suppliers. So in other words, is what I have purchased but not paid yet. That's why I owe them, correct? So that means what I paid, my purchases is what I paid to my suppliers, plus what I have purchased, what I have bought but not paid yet. Okay, then look at this 144,000. Then at the 31st, that means at the beginning of the period, at 31st December 2012, 62,000 was owed to my suppliers. That means what? That means at the beginning of this period, that means at the 31st December 2012, I have bought goods. I have bought goods earlier on. I have bought goods earlier on, but not pay yet. So during this period, when I pay 144,000, that means out of this 144,000, 62,000 was paid for last year one, correct? Was paid in respect of last year's purchases. So that means 144, my purchases for this period will be 144,000 at this 65,000, which is what I have bought but not paid yet, minus 62,000, which is pay for last year one. That means out of this 144,000, 62,000 was paid in respect of last year's purchases. You see, I pay 144,000 during this period, but included in this 144,000, 62,000 was paid in respect of last year's purchases. So that means my purchases for this period is 144,000, which is what I paid, minus 62,000, which is out of this 144,000, 62,000 is paid in respect of last year's purchases, at 65,000, which is what I have bought, what I have purchased during this period, but not pay yet. So it's also purchases. You see, what you have purchased, the goods come in already, but you haven't paid yet. Is actually your purchases, correct? So this one creditor means what I have purchased, the goods come in already, what I have purchased, but not pay yet. That's why I owe them 65,000. So that's why my purchases will be 144,000 minus 62,000 plus 65,000. So my purchases is 147,000. So I put 147,000 here. So I must minus the stock that is go out. Go out means the stock that I have sold to customers, already sent it out to the customer because it was sold. Okay, so I must able to find my sales at cost. Remember, the sales is at the selling price. It is at a markup of 25%. So I need to find the sales at cost. That's why I times 100 over 125. Let me settle this in the bracket one first. Let me explain the one in the bracket one first. So first of all, you must think, what is my sales? What is my sales? Okay, my sales will be equals to my cash sales plus, okay, this one, receive from debtors. Receive debtors means my customers. Okay, receive from my customers 210,000. What is this? This debtors 77,000 means what my customer owe me. Okay, what I have sold to the customer. This one means I sold to my customer. The goods already sent out already. Okay, the goods I sold it to a customer, but they haven't paid yet. Okay, this is what it means. This is what it means. This debtors means the customer who still owe us money at 31st March 2003. Okay, so this is also my sales. You know why? Because I have already sold to them, so it's my sales, but they haven't paid yet, so it's my sales. Okay, so my sales will be 210,000 plus 77,000. Okay, this one, received from debtors during this period. Look at this. What is this? At 31st December 2002. Okay, debtors is 81,000. Okay, and from 1 January to 31st March, I received from debtors 210,000. Okay, so that means at 31st December 2002, my customer owe me 81,000. You know why? Because earlier on, maybe in October or November 2002, they have bought goods from me, but they haven't paid me yet. Okay, I have sold already in October or November 2002, but they have not paid me yet. So as at 31st December 2002, they owe me 81,000. Okay, from 1 January to 31st March 2003, I received from my customer, from my debtors, 210,000. So that means out of this amount received, 81,000 was in respect of last year's purchases. Okay, was in respect of last year's purchases. So my this period's purchases will be 210,000 minus 81,000. Okay, plus 77,000. 77,000 is what they have purchased from me during this period but not paid yet. Okay, so that means my total sales will be 35,000 plus 210,000 plus 77,000 minus 81,000. Okay, okay, but this is at the selling price. Okay, so you see, the firm sells its goods at a markup of 25% on cost. So now you think, if my cost is $100, so how much did I sell it for? If my cost is $100, I mark it up by 25%. That means I sold it for $125. Okay, so that means I make a gross profit of $25. You see, the firm sells its goods at a mark it up by 25% on cost. Okay, so if my cost is $100, my so-called my gross profit will be $25. That means I have marked it up by 25% and I have sold it for $125. So that means my cost is 100%. If my cost is 100%, my selling price will be 125%. Okay, so that means your sales is actually at 125%. So what is your cost? Okay, your cost will be 100%. Okay, so that means this is at the selling price. If you want to bring it down to the cost, you times 100 divided by 125. So you use your calculator to solve this equation. Your sales at cost, you will get $192.80. $192,800. Okay, so that means your expected stock will be your beginning stock at what you purchase. This purchase means this is what your stock come in minus the cost price of the stock go out. Okay, so that means the beginning stock at what that has came in minus what that has go out because it was sold, the cost price of the stock that was go out. So that means my expected stock, that means the stock value that was supposed to be if the thief did not come in, if there was no theft, it would have been 107,200. Okay, but the actual stock value after the thief has stolen is 27,000. So 107,200 minus 27,000 will be 80200. This will be the stock that was stolen by the thief. Okay, so this question came out in November 2003, paper 1, question 4, in paper 1, and it carries 8 marks. Okay, now if you look at 2006 paper 1, 2006 paper 1, question 2, this question is like very similar with just now that one. Okay, this one, suppliers unpaid at 4 September 2006. Suppliers unpaid is actually same meaning as creditors because we owe them the money. Okay, suppliers unpaid. Just now I have explained creditors means the suppliers unpaid. Okay, that means I bought from the suppliers but not pay yet. Okay, so suppliers unpaid is same meaning as creditors. Okay, sales invoice outstanding at 4 September 2006. That means these are the sales invoice, the sales that I sell to the customer, but the customer still outstanding, the customer still not pay me yet. So that means precisely like what we explained, this is actually debtor. Debtor means I sell to my customer already, but my customer have not paid me yet. My customer owe me the money, so this is debtor. So sales invoice outstanding is same meaning as debtor at 4 September 2006. So I've given you the answer here, so you can work out, you can use another method to answer this question, but see whether you can get this answer. Okay, so for every question there could be 2 or 3 ways or more than 3 ways to answer the question. So you can use your own way to answer. If you don't want to use this way, you can use your own way. Okay, and then you check against this answer, and then okay, so then this is this question again is very similar like just now. Okay, okay, it's very similar like just now. So again, you can try this to work this out. So A-level students have find that this A-level question, past year exam question, is very fun. Okay, you can try to get all the the latest past year exam question, and then you try. I will show you some tutorials on how to answer certain, probably the shorter question. Okay, and then you you can try. Okay, if you are interested to seriously take this paper, you can consider taking tuition. Okay. um, okay, so see you again. Okay, so you can also visit our website as stated here. Okay, thank you for watching.